Hi everybody, I'm Dale Fredericks. Today I want to say a few words about get down ropes. I imagine most of you already know what a get down rope is, but for those of you that don't, this is a get down rope right here. And basically it's just a lead rope for a horse that's wearing that's in the bridle and is wearing a romal type rein. With a romal type rein you don't have anything to lead them with, so that's what this is for. It's also good if you're a cowboy and you're doctoring cattle or whatever, or just leading through a gate. Also you can tie a horse up with it. So traditionally the get down rope goes up through the bosalito, or in this case a cavison, goes in through the front toward the back of the horse, and it's tied in a bowline knot around the neck, and then the free end is the lead rope is either tied to the saddle or goes back to the rider in a couple different ways. I'll show you those in a minute. So let me undo this here and I'll show you how I tie this knot. I'll try to do it pretty slow so you can see every step of the knot. I come from the front of the horse with the tassel end of the get down rope in between my reins. And I always make sure there's enough room here where the horse can do what Shorty's doing right now, mouthing the bit, without getting pressure from the cavison or bosalito. Okay, once I've gone through the cavison or bosalito, I take the end on the other side of the horse. Okay, so I've gone through the cavison to the other side of the horse, and then I have the tail end in the front here. Once I get that, and Shorty, he's kind of responding to all my cues, so he's going to make things a little harder here. Every time he feels pressure, he moves. I'll make this extra long so you can hopefully see it better. The first thing I do is I take this piece of rope on the other side of the horse and I make a loop in it. I just take my fingers and I flip it over like that. You can see the top side is in front here. Are you able to see that good? Okay, once I have that loop, I'm going to take this tail end here and I'm going to go from the back side through my loop. So I'll go from the back to the front. Okay, give you a minute to get that picture there. Once I got that, I go back under this standing in here, the part that goes through the cavison. I come around and back through. That's what the knot should look like when it's done. And from there, I made this extra large so hopefully you could see it better. But from there you can just adjust it down to the size you want. Just start working the rope through the knot. I don't like to have it too snug here where it's going to be putting pressure on them when they flex. So anyway, it should look something like this when you're done. Okay? Now, what to do with a lead rope? There's a couple different ways you can take care of that. If I can get my highly trained horse to stand still here. One of the most common ways is tying to the saddle strings. So what I'll do is if I want to tie it to the saddle strings, I'll take my get down and I'll make sure that there's enough slack in here where it's not going to interfere with my horse's movements. But I don't want it so loose either that he might get a foot in it or get caught on brush or something. So then I'll make a series of coils and I'll separate my saddle strings. I'll put this set of coils over the top of the bottom string. So it's in between the top and the bottom. Okay? I'll take the bottom one, I'll wrap it around the coils. You can see here, it's gone around the coils one time. And then I'll take my top string and lay it down. And then I'll take this one that I wrapped around the coils, I'll take it over the top string and just make a loop through it. Kind of like you're tying your shoes. So I'll go over the top string and then through it. Hopefully you can see that clearly. Then I pull that loop up and pull everything down tight. So I've got one long string hanging down here, and I'll take it and I'll just make a half hitch, and I'll put that over my loop. Pull it down tight, and that's it. If you want to, you can take this long string, and this one's not so long anymore. It's been chewed off several times by different horses. But if you want to, you can take this and make another half hitch, just to use up some of your excess rope. Now when you want to undo it, all you have to do is grab a hold of this string back here and just pull on it, and everything comes undone. Another way you can do it is you can just do half hitches over your horn. And if you do this again, you know, be conscious of the slack that you have in your line. Just make a series of half hitches, however many you want. Of course, if you do it like this, you can't rope or you can't pony a colt or anything else. But if you're just doing everyday riding, that's one way you can do it. A third way, and it's a way that I use a lot, I'll just take it and I'll tuck it through my belt loops. And I don't think there's any rules about how you do that. I usually stick it through in front of this belt loop, the first one, and then I'll take it and do it again behind the loop. But anywhere that you want to do it, just be sure you don't pull the tail all the way through so it's up here. In case you get bucked off or something, you might have a wreck. This way, if you just double the rope and put it through your belt like this, without pulling it all the way through, when you do get off your horse, you've already got your get down rope with you, but it'll pull out easily. And I don't like hanging my get down rope or macate either. I don't like them hanging down right here because they can catch on different things, like your latigos or your saddle pad or whatever, and then that'll interfere with your horse's movement. So if I put it in my belt, I'll usually just put it over my horn also. Just flip it over my horn. Then if you do need to use your horn for something, you can just pick it off and dally or whatever you have to do. But one thing, if you do it like this, you want to make sure when you get off you don't forget, because if you just step off, it's going to pull on your horse as you get down. So always just take it off your horn and then go ahead and get down. And then you can just pull the loops out of your belt. So I hope this has helped some of you. That's about all I have to say about get down rope. So I'm going to get gone. Thank you all for watching. Bye.